Hi, I'm Jonathan Hewlett.
And I'm Travis Smith.
And welcome to
Tech 95. Alright.
Is this episode 21?
Yeah, I think it is.
Nice.
Yeah, sorry you didn't see a episode for last week. We had some major technical difficulties that were
Mic's working.
Yeah, like Mike's working, and we were unable to finalize our podcast.
So, like, everything we said would be like the opening. Instead of saying, hi, I'm Jonathan Hewlett, it sounded like, it sounded like that. So we were like, yeah, we can't publish that one.
Yeah, bad,
Need to retake.
bad idea.
But anyway, on the plus side, a bunch of
more news just came out.
A lot of big news came out, and so it's kind of good that we didn't do that episode, because now we have time to, we'll have a chance to say it all. I think to start off, we should, many of you that were around in the 80s remember the Tandy RadioShack Corona set tape players. They were a very, very nice brand. I actually have one. I don't know where it is. I wish I could find it. But anyway, RadioShack, you may remember, had many different divisions. They had batteries, they had tape players, they had a bunch of different stuff. Well,
Amazon reportedly wants to buy RadioShack stores to better compete with Apple.
In other words, RadioShack is done.
Done. Let's just say right now.
They went bankrupt about a week ago. RadioShack was, and it says right here on TheVerge.com, RadioShack was suspended from the New York Stock Exchange today.
Well, this was like
about a week ago.
On February 3rd.
Yeah, that was 5 days ago.
So Amazon is reportedly in discussion with RadioShack to buy some of the company's brick-and-mortar stores, and the troubled electronics chain files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. I'm only going to read the first paragraph because we are very short on time for today. So Bloomberg says that the Seattle-based e-commerce giant is considering using the stores as showrooms for its hardware and pick-up and drop-off centers for items purchased online. Both Amazon and RadioShack declined to comment on the situation, but two people apparently familiar with the matter said that Amazon may use the locations to give people a chance to try its growing range of hardware, including its range of Kindle tablets, its Fire Phone, and its new Eco speaker. Now,
RadioShack
before you comment, John,
I was just saying they've been, like it says here, they've been hemorrhaging money for the past 2 years. RadioShack their quality of what they've sold, or, well, not the quality of the product, but just what they've sold has really dwindled. They don't sell as much as they used to. They've become kind of like Sprint. They just sold phones, things like that, and they sold a few little things, like little plugs so you can solder them and things like that, and batteries. But other than that, really nothing you'd really go there for anymore.
Right. It's more for hobbyists and electronic
fanboys.
Yeah, like if you like soldering, they sold soldering kits. Speaking of which, I was looking at a soldering kit at our local RadioShack in downtown where I live, and the signs on the window said store closing, everything 30 to 60% off of everything. So I'm gonna do some. I need a new soldering iron so I can get nerding out, and
I've already bought one.
Yeah,
I bought it was an 80 watt. Usually they're about. Well,
what are you planning on using that for?
I do brass kits like model trains, and the thing with those, you need a lot of heat to make that solder flux between those teeny little pieces.
Right.
Anyway, I bought one. It was about $30. I bought it for about $9.99.
Right. So
I have no problems with that.
Yeah, if you're doing brass, but me, I'm doing mainly just circuit boards and circuitry and wiring and stuff. So,
typical computer stuff.
Yeah, typical computer stuff like motherboards, circuitry, and circuit boards and other wire like that. Anyway, but yeah, they're closing, and Amazon and Sprint want to buy half of the stores. Sprint wants to buy this half. Amazon wants to buy this half.
And there's going to be
therefore, And they did say that some stores will just be permanently closing and not
Like
being
that one by your
reopened.
house.
Actually, I asked the guy about that, and he says he doesn't know.
You don't know. I'm sure there's going to be a few stores that close because, some of the stores, I'll bet, are kind of old and they're not in that great a shape, so they'll probably just be like, well, I don't really want to put money into that one, we'll just let that one go.
Yeah.
Probably
They just
tear it
choose
down.
I hope that Amazon chooses the one by my house, because that would be just plain out awesome. Because then I can technically shop at Amazon without being online, which that would be sweet.
There's a mall just down the road from where I live, and I guess that one's going to stay open. That's one of the ones that's partnering with Sprint.
Having a Sprint store in there.
Yeah, but here's the interesting thing. Even though they've gone bankrupt, the RadioShack brand name isn't going to be completely gone.
Really?
Look at the bottom. Mobile carrier Sprint reportedly discussed purchasing between 1,300 and 2,000 of the company's 4,000 U.S. stores and may co-brand the stores with both companies' names.
Interesting. Well,
What I think they're doing is they're kind of doing that as a publicity thing. Because, RadioShack has just become kind of a family name.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we'll see we'll see how the whole thing pans out.
I'll raise my thermos to you, RadioShack. You've been a good friend, and I hope you do well, partnered with Sprint and Amazon. But here's to you.
Okay, who likes getting free gifts? Raise your hand.
Me.
All right. For Valentine's
Water
Day,
went down my cheek.
um,
water's-
Google is giving Chromecast owners $6 in Play Store credit. Do you own a Chromecast? I know I do. Well, Google just gave you $6 to spend in the Play Store on movies, music, and more. All you have to do is head over to Chromecast offers page and connect your personal dongle. From there, you'll be able to see the available offers, and one of those should be an aforementioned sum. Just don't say the folks in Mountain View never gave. Just don't say the folks in Mountain View never gave you anything. So yeah, I own 2 Chromecast devices, and yeah, I got $12. It's sweet, completely. Well, if any of you are vintage fanboys for old video game consoles like NES, Super NES, Nintendo 64, and Nintendo GameCube, unfortunately, the site coolrom.com,
Which
right
I
here.
love.
You use that site too?
I used to use that a lot. I got a couple of Mario, some
Mhm.
things like that. I got Pokemon Yellow Pikachu edition off of there
Cool.
for the Game Boy.
That's where I would get most of my Game Boy
Well,
ROMs
used
too.
to.
Yeah, used to. However,
Nintendo, of course, our good friend Nintendo.
oh yeah, our awesome friend Nintendo.
They
who we've
found
been
a website.
despising lately, other than the hardcore Nintendo fanboys.
They found a website and said, "Hey, we own that stuff. You can't do it." I
As
made
you
them
notice,
close
as
it.
I hover over the ROM files, as you see,
No
no
Nintendo.
nothing done. I'm sad to see it go, because the number one reason they did this is because you can purchase those old games and emulate them on your Nintendo Wii. You can purchase them on the Wii store. I think for just like a few dollars or something.
Can't you do that on some of the other systems?
I'm not sure.
I know you can do
but
it.
I know for a fact that it's on the Wii.
The newer DSs, I know you can download emulated Game Boy games for them.
Yeah.
The Wii U, I think, is the same thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're
Look at the game.
they're kind of. I'm sorry. Like, oh yeah, there is a camera there. Hi. So
Well-
anyway, but yeah, Nintendo, thanks a lot. You just jacked up our whole thing. Now we gotta pay for it. Who wants to do that?
Well, we don't really encourage piracy.
No, but
still, it's
who's gonna pay $10 for an 8-bit for a 4-bit game?
It's 8-bit.
8-bit. Well, I'm sure there's some 4, but an 8-bit game that you're probably gonna play like a couple times and be done with it.
Yeah.
And
I don't
they're
know.
like maybe 20K kilobytes, maybe more than that, but you know, you get my point.
Yeah. Well, John, you want to cover?
But really, I'm not too upset about it. But anyway, you say you're sad to see it go. Now you know how I feel when things I like go away, and you know what I'm talking about. And then weather ball is red, higher
jeez.
Sorry.
Anyway.
If any of you, all right, most of you won't even know what that is, so never mind.
No.
Never mind.
Anyway, John.
Moving on.
To our last order of business for tonight. Okay.
I'll just say this: it's a landmark in my hometown.
Yeah.
It's called a weather ball. You can research whatever you want. There's a bunch of like
Anyway,
4 in the United States, whatever.
You all have heard about Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh yeah.
Most of us have, at least. So here's the Five Nights at Freddy's 3 teaser trailer. My computer lags out.
No, I mean do the other one. Actually, I haven't seen this. I saw the second one. What the crud is that? Well, that was interesting. Oh my word.
Now, and I may have pointed this out, and then again I may have not have, but I'm not a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm just saying.
This guy doesn't play indie horror games like Slenderman, Five Nights, Amnesia, things like that.
Yeah.
I do from time to time, SCP Containment Breach, things like that. But basically, Five Nights at Freddy's 3 is coming out soon.
Yep.
People said it was going to come out on February 5th. Well, obviously, it didn't. But here's the thing. People were all hyped, oh, it's coming out on the 5th. And the designer of the game, Scott Cawthorn, whatever his name is, Scott says, I want to debunk the rumor that says it's going to come out on the 5th. Well, I'm sorry for you morons that don't understand English. The word debunk means putting it down. Like he's saying, it's not going, that is a false rumor. It's not going to come out on the 5th. So if you don't know what the word debunk is, I'm sorry for you. But in other words, he said in plain English, it's not coming out. And people still flipped out about it. He said it was going to come out on the 5th and it didn't. And I'm like, learn the dictionary. Go back to school. I don't know. But anyway, supposedly it might come out on Friday the 13th. Because, that's that makes sense.
Yeah.
But, we don't know. So we're just going to have to be patient, wait for Scott to make his final decision. And until that time, holler on the
This is
internet.
Houston signing off.
Exactly. Holler on the internet when it doesn't come out when you want it to. Heck, people remember when Call of Duty Black Ops first came out? Black Ops 2? Oh, people were freaking out because that didn't come out when they wanted it to.
Right.
Remember?
No, I don't really remember Black Ops 2's first release.
My friend, he got Black Ops, the first one.
I know it was in 2012, but
Yeah.
still I don't really.
Yeah, but the first
remember.
Black Ops, that was 2010.
Yeah.
Anyway, I remember the day my friend got it. Duct tape. The day my friend got it, he got it for his birthday, and he was freaking out about it. I remember he told us about it. He says Black Ops, and my friend says, "Look," he says, "my grandma was gonna get GameStop or wherever, but my dad grabbed it out of her hand and said, I'm buying this for my son." I was like, all right then. Why am I wearing this on my head?
Well, anywho, that'll do it for
That's
this week's edition of Tech 95.
Sorry for a shorter episode, but it's getting late and we're hungry and stuff to do. Got college in the morning and
Yep.
Sunday.
Well, I got school in the afternoon, but whatever.
What time?
12:30, 2:30.
I gotta go at like. I got class at 10.
Well, anywho, that'll do
excuse
it.
me. Yeah,
That'll do it for this episode of Tech 95.
All right. Oh, sorry. Famous goof in PC history. This is gonna take really, really quick.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I was working on my computer the other day. This is my famous goof. A famous goof in PC history.
Quit throwing the duct tape.
I can throw it if I want to.
Okay.
No! My friend!
What
How
friend?
could you? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But anyway, I was
You're on your computer.
I was on my computer. I was trying to download this this download. You know how sometimes you have a place you download and it has like two different download buttons, a fake one and the real one, and the real one's like really small and the fake one's really big. I wasn't thinking. I hit the fake one, ended up getting 2 viruses, a Trojan, and a whole load of spyware. I got it all off, but that's my famous goof. I was tired. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't give a crap what I was doing. So I was I didn't give a friggin' crap what I was doing. So I was like, crap! Undo it. And,
I just got infected.
You are an idiot!
Well, anywho, that'll do it for this episode of Tech 95.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
Oh, jeez.
If you've ever seen the movie Babe, you'd understand what that was. You seen it?
No.
That pig. The pig that, not Charlotte Flair, but that other pig.
We'll see. Anywho,
Whatever. Review in the next. No, we're not gonna review Babe. That was so stupid. Animatronic.
well,
pig.
anywho,
72 seconds.
that'll do it for this episode of Tech 95.
Farty pig.
We get on topic.
Anyway, alright. I'm John Hewlett.
And I'm Travis Smith.
Thank you for watching
Tech 95.